Happy New Year! Now that we have all seen Christmas in Lagos, well, I'm assuming that everybody has seen it. Can we talk? Like, can we actually discuss? Right? In December, I posted a written review of this film on my Instagram page. I shared it on Twitter and on TikTok as well. So many people agreed with my review, but so many people disagreed as well. Like they wanted to tear my clothes. But I'll give you all the tea in a bit. Welcome to Nigerian Movie Reviews, and today we're discussing Christmas in Lagos. In this video, I'll talk about the things that I liked about this film and I'll address the things that just did not work in my opinion. I'll try to address some of the comments that I mentioned earlier and just give my responses to those comments. In the end, I will rate this film on a scale of 1 to 10. So if you've seen this film, I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to hear your thoughts. All right, let's get to it. Christmas in Lagos follows Fiyin, her friends, and her mother as they juggle love, heartbreak, and fun in Lagos. Christmas in Lagos is another attempt at a Christmas film by Nollywood filmmakers, and personally, I thought it missed the mark. So, what did I like about this film? Like, what worked? Christmas in Lagos was beautiful. I mean, it was a visual pleasure. The setting was really nice. The set pieces were amazing. The outfits, they were top notch. I think cinematography was really good. You could see that every shot was thoughtfully composed and it was just really good, right? The film was screaming money, it was screaming luxury, as in, it was screaming style and class. It was obvious that they spent a lot of money on this film, and I really appreciated that. I loved the soundtrack, every song was a hit. I especially loved the rendition of the band's Fall in Love. You know, that wedding scene where there was someone at the piano and she was singing, it was so good. I appreciated the efforts that went into creating some scenes in this film, such as the concert scenes. Like, there was this way, the people, the setup, the vibe, it was just really good. The wedding, yeah, I think it was, yeah, the wedding and even the proposal scene, it was giving Crazy Rich Asians, but I loved it still. There was that scene where Shaffy Bello walked down the stairs wearing a red dress, at RMD's party. Oh my god, it was stunning. The acting and casting were not terrible, but generally, I was just very thankful for RMD, Shaffy Bello, Wale Ojo, because without them, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. But really, I really liked seeing those people. So to describe this movie, I don't think it will be an exaggeration to say that Christmas in Lagos gave so much sizzle, so much style. Like the colors were really vibrant, beautiful people, beautiful outfits, amazing choice of music, great props. Like it was just a feast for the eyes generally. However, all those things that I mentioned earlier, they can actually describe a number of things, such as a music video, a very nice fashion runway show, an art exhibition, or even a luxury lifestyle commercial. So, what differentiates a film from those things that I just mentioned is the story it tells. A good film should be more than just like visuals and nice audio. I know that elements like colors, styling, and everything they are important, right? But they should serve as a backdrop to a compelling story and unforgettable characters. Christmas in Lagos was aesthetically pleasing, but beyond that, it lacked depth. And personally, it gave me nothing. By the time the film ended, I just could not put my finger on one thing that really excited me about it, except the nice visuals, of course. So, what did I not like about this film? First, the casting and acting did not work for me. See, I know some people are they like Teniola, but personally, I did not think that she gave this film what it deserved. I didn't think that she was a great fit as the lead female. I felt like the role was probably too much for her. I don't feel like she actually gave us Fiyin. But that's my personal opinion though. Like I just thought that a different lead would have added more dimension to the character and helped the film as a whole. Yagazie, mm, she was just stiff, I beg. Like she was just stiff. The guy that played the role of Elo, that's is it Elo or Elo? I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. It was played by Shalom Obiago. I thought that no need to sugarcoat it. He cannot act. Like he just cannot act. I I don't think he had more than two expressions in this film. Fine boy aside, his interpretation was just really flat. I don't even understand how he got this role. Then there was Ajani, played by Ladipo. It was so awkward to watch him. Oh my god, they should not do that again. It was so bad. I liked Chisom. Chisom played by Obinna Okenwa. It was actually quite good. They didn't give him a major role, but he had this presence that was just so appealing. Like I'm actually looking forward to seeing him in another romance film where he's the lead. Like he just had this mad appeal, right? Of course, Shaffy Bello, RMD, Wale Ojo, they brought so much warmth to the film. So yeah, kudos to them. Moving on, I think the main thing I didn't like about this film was the story. It was just so weak. The storytelling was also very disappointing. It was bland. There were no memorable moments or emotional moments. The central premise, like the center of it all, which was the fact that Fiyin expected her best friend to be the love of her life, was very unconvincing because if you consider the fact that they were not dating, they had not expressed romantic feelings for themselves. She just came out of a 5 year relationship, but somehow she was expecting her friend to propose to her. Makes you wonder from where to where, like, Finny, is everything all right at home? Because I don't know where that is coming from. It felt like a very flimsy foundation for a film of this scale. And I also thought that the narrative arcs that could have added depth were just, they just glossed over it, right? Um, at this point, I'll address some of the comments that I saw. Like, so many people said when I posted my written review, so many people posted, "Oh, it's not supposed to be deep. It's a romance film. You are thinking too much. You're not supposed to think about it. It's just like just enjoy it and go. You're not supposed to think too much about it." But excuse me, ma and sirs, I disagree. See, the ability to convince an audience that two people genuinely love each other to the point where they'll do anything, right, for themselves, right, to the point where they'll move heaven and earth for one another, just for one another, just to be together. It is deep. Please, it requires strong writing, believable chemistry, and thoughtful storytelling. See, even comedy, I know there's a way, Nollywood, there's a way we do comedy, right? But comedy on its own is not just about being goofy or doing annoying things. It requires wit and timing. A good rom com makes you feel something real, even if it is wrapped in a light-hearted package. And that was what I was trying to say in my review, that this film just felt very empty. The dialogues were very cringe, very flat. I particularly disliked every time Ajani opened his mouth. For a romantic comedy, Christmas in Lagos was not romantic and it was not funny either. See, okay, Shaffy Bello's love triangle with RMD and Wale Ojo, it provided some form of entertainment. They gave us something, right? But if you saw the trailer of this film, then you will know that the trailer already revealed most of the story, like that Shafi Bello's triangle. The trailer already showed us most of the things we needed to know. So we were really relying on Fee to give us like the meat of the story. But it was flat. There was no spark, there was no chemistry. I honestly did not care about any of them. I mean, Fiyin, Yagazie, Elo. I didn't care about any of them. Because if we consider Fee and Elo for example, they did not even seem to be that close. Because how would you not know that your best friend has been in a relationship for 8 months? He picked a wedding ring and did not even mention it to you. How are you friends? I think she was just friends with herself in her own head, because it was not making any sense to me. I know they had their cliche special handshake, they even had a song to back it up, but they did not have that casual, effortless connection that you just see with friendships that have been in existence for a really long time, right? Even when they showed us the fact that Elo kept on looking at Finn for extended period of time, just I'm sure they just wanted to use it to confuse us, to make us think Abi is going to choose her. Me, oh, I was not confused in the slightest, because there was no love in that man's eyes. It was just staring, right? I also thought that the pairing of Elo and Yagazie, I thought it was another error. Elo mentioned that they connected over their shared traumas, explaining that they were both in pain when they met, they helped each other heal and offered mutual support. But see, that's admirable. But people bond over shared pain in group therapy, like, or all those sessions. Is that love though? The minimal amount of time that they spent together, like we didn't really see them spend so much time together, but the little time they spent together, it did not convince us of any deep romantic connection or attraction or intimacy. There was nothing there. They had no business getting married. So the entire love triangle that should have been the core and the highlight of this film was weak. Moving on, the only thing less believable than the romance between Elo and Yagazie was that thing between Ivie and Ajani. Even for a fling, it was poor, big. The rich girl falling for the broke guy is a common trope, right? But still, they did not have that palpable connection that would justify her letting him kiss her after he had the audacity to show up on his Okada wearing that ugly red outfit. So she was falling for him as how, like, the way I hissed while watching the whole thing, it was not giving. Another thing that I did not like was the fact that there were too many unnecessary scenes. Some scenes were so grand, right? But still, they did nothing to move the plot forward. For instance, that RMD's birthday party. What was that for? Let's talk about Christmas and Lagos and how they were represented in this film. This film tried to replicate the vibrancy of Lagos with scenes like that chaotic traffic, random beach goers, and people just heading to their O and bear. It also attempted to showcase the contrast between Christmas celebration on the island and in the ghetto. I felt like it was just their attempt to balance the narrative. However, these moments, they just felt like tick boxes to me, just to fulfill all righteousness. They were not like authentic representations of the city or the season. Everybody knows that you cannot hold your phone like that and be recording in traffic. They would have snatched it. So I don't know what Fiyin was doing, no, but that's by the way. I just felt like those things, they did not feel like they were woven into the fabric of the story. As a result, it was not so authentic. Even the carol service was off. Like, why was Waje in this film? To do what? Christmas means so many things to so many people, and I think it's been very difficult to capture the essence of it in the Niger context, because there's so many angles, to be honest. But I think that regardless, a Christmas movie should have heart, it should feel warm, it should be wholesome. Sadly, like other attempts at Nigerian Christmas movies, this film missed the mark. Or was it just me? Jade Oshiberu has given us quite a number of truly exceptional stories over the years. Like, personally, I'm a fan, but I don't think Christmas in Lagos is one of them. I felt like she gave us a very shiny, vibrant box and hoped we would not look closely enough to see how empty it was. this film just did not have what it needed to have. I don't know if you understand. It wasn't outright terrible, but it wasn't good. If I was to rate this film, I'll rate it 4.5 over 10, because I was quite disappointed. I was really looking forward to a romantic film that would leave me grinning stupidly at my screen because everything was just so sweet. Instead, they gave me an unexciting romance and an unconvincing conclusion. Like it felt like most of the characters in Christmas in Lagos deserved different endings. Overall, this film was not really my cup of tea. I don't think it's worth the hype that it is getting. Beautiful visuals, great production values, but it lacked substance. Have you seen this film? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comment section below. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.